to you from the weeds. We are here at the Indianapolis Home Show, and we are talking to the lovely Joelle, and she is the Hoosier gardener. Thanks so much for having us here today.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It's nice to be here.
We love chatting with you because it's January, but I tell you what, everybody is so ready for a little bit of color, a little bit of life, right?
And so I brought in just a few samples here for us to look at. This is called a friendship plant. It's a pilea. It's very popular. Houseplants in general are very big right now. I think through COVID, everyone started adopting something. And so there are little tiny plants that grow there, and you can take those out and give those to your friends. So it's called a pass-along plant, or a friendship plant. And this, I mean, you know, it's January, we're at the home show.
I'm telling you.
Why not get a little color in the home show with some live plants here? These are Calla Lilies, which can be transplanted to the garden if you want to do that in the spring. And then, you know, they're just beautiful to enjoy, and they definitely would bright up the kitchen.
I think so too. Sometimes we just need a little color. What's this one?
That is a lavender. You can, you know, when you touch it with your hands, you can smell the lavender. I know. And so that also could be transplanted outside in spring. But for now, we can enjoy it in the house with the fragrance.
Absolutely.
Really, plants are meant to be touched, so don't be afraid to
get on in there, right? Get on in there.
Right.
Well, tell me about the presentations that you have to offer here at the home show.
Well, we're going to be talking about not in my backyard. And so we're sort of reviewing things that maybe have been popular practices in people's gardens, and talking about why they may not be the best practices.
Maybe some mistakes, perhaps.
Yeah, and then how you can correct those, or what you should do in general. And also, I think that we'll talk a little bit about houseplants. We'll talk about using
show me this over here. Okay, because I think I've used some of this. I've used some of this, or something like this, similar.
It's marketed as a weed barrier, and it's not a great 100% on that. And so
because they do still kind of pop through.
They do. I mean, the dirt and the soil and seeds can blow in on top, whatever you've got, like mulch or whatever in here. And so if you're going to use the landscape cloth, use it in a pathway, and not necessarily in a garden bed. I don't think plants do great there. And we're also going to talk about the big issue that, you know, just practically everybody does, which is planting too close to their house. So
because everything grows, you're like, whoa, what happened?
They may not. A lot of people pay attention to the height, but they may not pay attention to the width.
That's so true.
So if you got a plant that's 6 feet wide and it's planted right next to your house, it's not going to be very happy, and it becomes a maintenance issue, and that's not what we want.
I have no green thumb. There are so many things like that. I'm like, no, we're going to call in the experts because I don't know what I'm doing. Which leads me to my next question. What questions do you typically get from people here walking through? If they know you and they're like, oh, I need to ask you a question after you're done.
I get a lot of emails and questions like that. I have a website, HoosierGardener.com. And, well, this time of the year, people want to know if they can start their seeds indoors, and I tell them no. It's too early. I mean, it's hard to keep plants alive indoors. They're meant to be outside. It's, requires lighting and a lot of other things.
So many factors,
and I think, it's great to do that, but, go for transplants. That's what I recommend.
Well, if we would like to perhaps watch you on stage, when can we come see you?
You can see me on Thursday. At 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
Fantastic.
And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Me too. I know there's a lot of wonderful people here just kind of streaming in. It's fantastic to see everybody so interested, of course, in all things at the Indianapolis Home Show.